Hi guys, this is just a wee update now. I suppose what is better? Are waders better or are other systems better? Now, give you a prime example. Let's head out to the garage here. So, our current system is, I think I can't remember the name of them, so let's go and get the name and find out what they are. Okay, so, putting that aside. Mrs. She wears these, and these are some brand. Dawa? That's a right. Dawa. 90% neoprene, 10% nylon jersey, and these are a size 6. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with these. The footwear's okay, it's quite pliable, seams are decent, they're waterproof, got a good pocket, and they've also got an internal pocket in these ones. So they've got a nice wee zipped internal pocket there to keep everything nice and dry. Now, I wear these, and these are Sigma Shakespeare's. These are size 10. Bit more flexible boot, better seams, a smaller sealed pocket, well from the bottom anyway, than for the top. However, that pocket also has to be a bit for if you were wanting to put your hands in. With mine, I have some stitch and breaking, and on the back side, I fell there, on the back side I have a wee tear. So, these are now permeable. We then run gloves, jacket, and obviously a helmet. There's a Can-Am and some other bits and pieces there. So, what we're wanting to do now is we're wanting to change over. She's got a rule with shoes in the house. So what we're going to go with are these Typhon. I think these are Typhon Code 0. Am I getting that wrong? Is that what we looked at? Easy done. These are one piece dry suits, proper dry suits, not like surface suits or anything else. They're proper dry suits, but they have fabric socks, not neoprene. Not rubber, but latex. So they're a lot more durable. They've got a sealed pocket, which is pretty deep, and they have a map pocket, or maybe like ID. You could put a lot of things in there, contact details in case you were found. Let's just say, I don't know, you were unconscious, put all your contact details in there for somebody, like emergency contact or something, home address, etc, etc. They've got neoprene rubber, rubber bloody, I don't know, wrist cuffs, which are very, very thick and durable. The wrist, Christ, I'll get this right at one point. The neck is the exact same, and with that, you undo the chest zip. You've then got a centre zip, an inner zip, which is your big waterproof zip. Pull that open, and you've got braces to keep everything up and keep everything good, which is really, really handy, by the way. Now, there's really no maintenance in these apart from waxing the zip. Now, a good high quality beeswax, and you'll be absolutely spot on. So run with them, and with these. These are just standard sealskins. You know, I think these are actually my missus. These are medium. No, but these are mine. They're flexible enough. They're thin enough. They fit well. Come high up in the wrist to tie them with your dry suit. And well, they're waterproof, easy to wash, quite comfortable, breathable. This is my dry suit. This is a size large, that's a size medium. And we'll run this with these, which is Freedom Trail, cheap. All they are is really just a protective boot for the soles or the socks of the dry suits. These are a size 10. I think these cost about 60 to 80 pound. They're not very expensive. Dry suits are north of 500 pounds for a complete system. We also got this. Now this is just a cheap one. We've never really had these before, so we're just trying something a bit different, which is a dry sack. So we're going to take this out with us. You know, put water and maybe a wee bit of food and stuff in, because we're going to take my son tomorrow. Now, this brings us to the next bit. These are very expensive to get covered in mud, right? So what we'll generally look at doing is putting thin, cheap, fully waterproof garments over the top. Now this here, this is just, who makes this? Freedom Trail again. If Freedom Trail want to sponsor us, get in touch. And this is just basically just a cheap waterproof jacket. Very thin, it's the missus. And a pair of Aqua-Dry Light crag hoppers. I think I got these for about £30. The jacket was about 18. So not very expensive. These are an XL, just to go over the dry suit and bits and pieces. And we can fasten these on the bottom of the boots. Now, why are we wearing double systems? Well, it's quite simple. These are expensive. They're designed for salt water. They're designed for water. They're not really designed for mud. Maybe a bit of sand, you know, that's about it. They're not designed for mud. But they will have no problems dealing with mud. So between that and the waterproofs, you've got yourself a solid system. Perfect. And what you can also do is you can put these on, like this one. You can put them on, separate the upper and the lower, have your braces on, and cool your ass down, which, trust me, is necessary. And this is Scotland, so if it's necessary in Scotland, it's necessary everywhere else. But the biggest reason for our change, or why we want to change, is we're not getting where we want to be with this system. It's just not that good, the previous system. And I don't like it. If I'm being brutally honest, I don't like the waders. I think the waders are a total waste of time, and I don't like them. And I haven't really liked them from day one, but that's what everybody wears. That's what Oster Cruiser wears. It's what, you know, ATV wears. It's what all these guys, NOS ATV and whatever, that's what all the guys wear. They all wear waders. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them, because there isn't, strictly speaking, but it's not my cup of tea. This is more what we're going to go with. They're breathable, they're light, they don't stick to you. Albeit we did have neoprene waders, and a lot of guys run fabric waders like Fin Trail, etc. But we don't get Fin Trail over in Scotland. In fact, we don't get Fin Trail in Britain. So yeah, we're not going to get that. Now, actually looking at the specs of Fin Trail dry suit systems, they are not as high spec as what these are, but they are almost double the price. I think think memory serves me right, fin trail dry suit systems start at about $750. So for us that works in maybe about £500 plus probably £400 on top of that to get everything over here. So per person you're looking at £900 give or take, maybe 100 here, there. So for £2 grand, double the price of what this kind of cost us, you get fin trail, which isn't as high spec as these. Personally guys, I would go with these. You definitely want to get fabric socks, unless you've got very, very petite feet. I've got very broad, thin feet. But fabrics, they're tougher, they're more durable, which is tougher. Easier to get into when they're dirty, when they're wet, they're easier to clean, they're not as brittle as latex in terms of cold weather, and they won't stretch and burst like what latex ones will. Now, I want to bring you through here and show you something else we've got. Right, so this is what we've got here. We are currently doing a deal with a provider who shall remain anonymous at the moment, but you'll probably be able to see from the equipment. We're looking for a better way to communicate with ourselves on ATVs, but also in areas where we get no signal. So the next video that's going to be posted is going to be a video on this gear, so stay tuned for it. It should be up about the same time as what the equipment video is up at. But yeah, so we've got push to talk, which have, these are the Motorola 33 or 3600s. Let me just double check. I don't want to give wrong advice. In fact, I take this one because it's not got a thing. DP3600s, and these are the digital two-way radios. We also have vehicle mounts. I think they are the DM4400Es. And we've got PTTOC, Papa Tango Tango Oscar Charlie, which are these. These are phenomenal, is the only way to describe it. As absolutely unbelievable. There is no distance limitation. So for example, these push to talk, these have a line of sight range of about 15 miles. These are all licensed, so we have an Ofcom license, but roughly 15 miles on them, line of sight. You'll get more out of the vehicle mounted because you have a larger antenna. So I think vehicle mounted, they say, is about 20 to 23 miles. With these PTTOC, there is no distance, none at all. You could fly somebody to Australia, and we're based in Scotland, flying to Australia, you would be able to talk to them, no problems. These are slightly different. These are a bit easier to use in terms of the additional functions. These are considerably easier to use if you're only looking for a push to talk, a walkie-talkie style. So stay tuned guys, this is going to be the next video. We're not going to get too carried away. Tune back in and let's see what we can do.